Hello guys, it's AQW Blazing 91, Anthony Hable here, and today is the big one. It's my birthday today, and I am the big 30, the big 30. I'm 30 years old now. I'm a man, big man now, and that does mean a couple of things. I'm no longer the young man that everyone knew, but I'm still, but I can still be the same old Anthony Hable if I wish, as I wish. So, what's been happening? I've had my I just had my presents from my parents, and my brother's going to turn up. My brothers and sisters are going to turn up. Well, mainly my brothers are going to turn up later today. I know my sister came around yesterday. All my friends are going to be writing me writing card posts on my Facebook channel, so I'll be looking forward to seeing all of you guys posts wishing me a happy birthday and all that. So we're gonna talk about the birthday presents then. They're mainly just games, actually. One, it was what am I gonna say this? One is a first-person shooter. One is an RPG game. All right, so we're gonna talk about my first game, and then afterwards I'll talk about my second game and go into detail. All right, and I'll go and explain about as much detail as I can about them. And I'll unbox the games in front of you because I've been wanting to do some unboxing quite a while, and I haven't done so in a long time. All right, so first game on the agenda is Spacehawk Deathwing Enhanced Edition for the PlayStation 4. This is an FPS game in the Warhammer 40k universe. Yeah. I've been interested in this one when I watched G-Man Lib's review of it when he reviewed the PC version. And now this game's on the consoles now. The Xbox One and the PS4. Here I have the PS4 version. There's been a good thing with these Spacehawk games. Spacehawk was originally one of them super huge popular board games before they got made into a computer game, and then they made a dozen and then they made variations of it, like on the PS1, the Sega Saturn, and I think there's a reboot of it of sorts on the PS4 and the PS3 and the Vita, which I actually do have the Vita version on my PlayStation Plus subscription, but I can't get it to work because the game is not PlayStation TV compatible. I'll explain that in the next game. I'll explain that in the next game where I'll talk about. So let's get on with unboxing it. So I'm gonna just tilt the camera so I can have two hands opening it. Apologies, I got something in my throat. Possibly all sorts of germs in my throat. I'm not sure how they managed to get in there or something. Yeah. Just having a little bit of a wrestle with the packaging with these. So when you buy these off the internet, or if you buy these games brand new in a store or something, they have to wrap these games up in a packaging. So here you go. Off it comes. There you go. And here it is, the game itself. Let's get a good shot. There it is, it's Spacehawk Deathwing on the PS4. This is the enhanced edition, so that means they've they've added new game modes, a new class. What is it? Sharp playing class. Okay. Extended arsenal, deadly new enemies, and a new deep customization system. The ultimate version of the first-person shooter set in the Warhammer 40,000 universe, or 40k. As some people nickname it as. engaged in a desperate battle against the Gene Stealers within the confines of Space Hawk. Strap into the tactical dreadnought armor, lead a special elite squad of elite Space Marine Terminators, and overcome perilous missions across an epic campaign, or join forces in a thrilling 4-player online cooperative multiplayer. Yep. And this is one of them games that's run on the Unreal Engine. Oh well, I'll actually look forward to playing this, because I wanted to play an FPS game just to have a break from all the RPG games I've been playing. And you know the ones, I've done the videos on them, but more coming up on those. I'll explain in detail later. Alright, so let's open up this one. Ah, the disc's on the side. No instructions, man, sadly. That seems to be the thing with the PS4 game. That seems to be the thing with video games now. They don't ship with instruction manuals. Instead, you have to, if you want a manual for the game you're playing, you have to go and you have to go online to download the instructions on how to play the game. It's kind of stupid in my opinion, because whatever happened to just including a fairly well done instruction manual sheet? Yeah, it's kind of sad, really. So yeah, I'm actually going to look forward to playing some of Deathwing. Yeah, it'll be a little break from all the RPG games I've been playing. But still, I want to play a bit more of them, but I wouldn't mind just having an FPS game just to break up the monotony of them. And I haven't played much of the Warhammer 40k universe. The only one that I played through was Firewall on the PlayStation 2, and that was a really superb game, a decent Halo clone. I actually quite like that game. The Fire Warrior. It had a really good campaign on that, where you're playing as the Tau, the peaceful alien race who went up against the Marines who've gone possibly corrupted. Who knows? I guess, because not all humans are considered good. They're just at times evil, maybe. Who knows? I need to really study up on that Warhammer 40k universe. Alright then, next up guys. Next up, my next game is one I've been a little bit more of a I've had a bit of a curiosity about. And if you guys have already looked at my videos on it and seen my more recent review that I just posted up was it 2 days ago? It's a game in the series that I've been very curious about since watching Thomas Byvie's video. Thomas Byvie, if you're watching this, here it is. Super Dimension Neptune versus Sega Hard Girls for the PlayStation Vita. This is a spin-off game in the Neptunia franchise of role-playing games that's all about having about as much fun with the audience as much as humanly possible. What's that mean? What's that, I hear you ask? It's all about making all these gaming references and constantly breaking the fourth wall about as much as humanly possible. So yeah, this is the one of the spin-off games in the franchise that I've been looking into, well, past several days. And when I was deciding about what games I wanted to pick up, I wanted to have a look at some of the Neptunia games and what ones they have, and see if what ones I might be able to pick up physically. Well, this is one of them I really got some curiosity about, and I have been checking out a fair amount of a bit of the Neptunia games to sort of understand the lore of it and understand the characters, what all these different these characters reference to, of sorts. So yeah, and I've recently beaten. Oh, what is it? I'll just leave it here and I'll just show you on the camera. Let me just get it quickly. Right, here it is. I recently just beaten this one here, Cyber Dimension Neptunia for Galaxies Online, which was one of the more recent games in the series and the one I followed the most, and the one I wanted to check out the most, because this one was the first Neptunia game I actually saw. When my friends when I watched my friend Thomas Bybee's old channel where he talked about the Neptunia franchise, and it sort of led me to this one when I was checking out the PlayStation Network store about some of them. So yeah, I ended up getting this one for Christmas and I played it through. Eventually, it did take me a bit of a while to start it because I had to focus on the DLC of Final Fantasy 15, and some of my other games just took a fair amount of my time. Namely Inversion, Quantum Fury, and all the games I was doing some of the online boostings on. But then eventually I got around to doing this one. So I really wanted to do this one just to see what the Neptunia games were all about. This too is also a spin-off game, but mainly an action RPG spin-off game. And the third from Tamsoft, who worked on this. Following Hyperdimension Neptunia Action Unleashed, which I do have on the Vita as a digital game though, and Blanca Neptune vs Zombies, which I do not have. So I've really been curious about the Neptunia games after I've been hoping to see what the Neptunia games are about, and to see if they're as bad, if some of the games are as bad as other people make it out. Because I've watched Game Trailers' top 10 list, when they talked about the top 10 the 10 franchises that should die, and they cruelly put Hyperdimension Neptunia on that list. And also, no joke, the Tales franchise as well. They wanted the Tales franchise to die off, but they changed their minds when they played Tales of Zestiria, saying that there's hope for the Tales series, saying that they now have some hope for the Tales series. As they said, it's an example why the Tales series still has some life left in it. So, Hyperdimension Neptunia was one of the Game Trailers wanted to see die off, because they played, I think, possibly the original one, and I think in one of their streams Mega Dimension Neptunia V2, and they didn't like the games. They didn't like any of the games at all. They called the game system too heavily reliant on the fan service, and I can kind of understand why. Because I think the original game had like an uncomfortable shot of Neptune being bandaged, which was fan servicey. Yeah, I'll show you quickly. Because I got the original Hyperdimension Neptunia for the PS3. I haven't played much of it, by the way. The original Hyperdimension Neptunia. I've only played like the first hour of it to see it working. Right, here it is, guys. I got the original Hyperdimension Neptunia game right here. Yeah, here it is. This is the shot I'm mentioning. This is one of the fan service shots that they put on the back of the cover of the game. And the games are rated 12, by the way. Some of them are rated 16, I think. Yeah, I think there's 4 games in the series I think are rated 16. One of them being this one right here, Mega Dimension Neptunia V2 and the Speed 2R version. They're rated 16 plus. And I think there's also Hyper Devotion Noir. I think it also got a 16 rating as well. Again, for the fan service. And a Hyperdimension Neptunia Mark II for the PS3 also got a 16 rating as well. So yeah, I really wanted to talk a little bit out. But as for the other two Neptunia games, Hyperdimension Neptunia, I've only played the first hour of it, and in which I opened up the next area, which I think, from memory, it's the part where you meet this girl here, IF, who, let me tell you, in Super Dimension Neptune Sega Hard Girls, IF takes the protagonist stage, not Neptune. Normally in the Hyperdimension Neptunia games, this girl here, Neptune, is supposedly is usually playing the protagonist role in the Neptunia franchise, but in this one they changed the protagonist role to IF. But you still see Neptune. but you'll still see Neptune, or pretty much. So, so this is one of the. So anyway, getting back to this Hyperdimension Neptunia. Well, actually, I'll talk about the other Neptunia games I've got. Mega Dimension Neptunia V2R. I haven't. Well, sorry, Mega Dimension V2 or Mega Dimension Neptunia Victory 2. I think it's meant to be called in full. It's the sequel to Hyperdimension Neptunia Victory, which was a PS3 one, I believe. And this one features a more different. How should I put this? I really haven't played much of this one at all, but it does introduce some new characters to this. So, like, you can just see two of the game's new characters here on the back, and this new character on the back as well, a fish, a talking fish. And I've only played just a few minutes of it just to test it out. But it was mainly just to get my first trophy on it, which is basically just the only way to get, simply to get your first trophy in the game. You just select new game, and immediately, bang, you get your first trophy on it. I really don't know, so I don't know much about this one. Other than there's like the new characters in it, like Uzume, who I met in Simon Dimension Neptunia, and Uzume is also in this one as well. So I don't know much about this one. And the other Neptunia game I have is Action Unleashed, which was a hack and slash game also by Tansoft, the same guys who worked on the Senran Kagura games. I've never played a Senran Kagura game, but my friend Thomas has played plenty of those. So, Action Unleashed, I have played only the first 2 levels of it, where I got to see the characters, Neptune and the 4 CPU goddesses, and their candidates, their sisters as well. You know, like Neptune, Bert, Blanc, Noir, and their sisters, Uni, Nepgear, and Ram and Rom. Which sometimes I sometimes mistaken Ram and Rom a couple of times. Oh well. And I have played a bit of it. Some of the humour is quite a bit off in that one, because in that one, what is it? It's like this clothes tearing mechanic where if they take a couple of hits, their clothes come apart, and they become embarrassed or something. And it's like there's a scene where like Neptune breaks the 4th wall and just saying, "Idea Factory, I thought we had a deal never to cross this line." Which I thought was kind of hilarious. Even Blancs actually says, "How did this happen? This didn't happen in any of the other previous games." And I was just like, What the hell? And I actually did get a trophy for getting my clothes torn off. Yeah, because you've probably seen a trophy I got for it as well. There's a trophy for like you witnessing their clothes getting torn off, which is bound, which is just gonna happen throughout the game anyway. On the second stage, I got through it with only taking one hit, and still everyone was completely embarrassed, and their clothes came off. I was just like, what the hell? I only took one hit. How did their clothes suddenly got ripped? It was my reaction. If only I was recording some of it on camera, it would have been an hilarious reaction. It would have been quite a humorous reaction. So either way, done with all the talk with the Neptunia franchise. So these are the other Neptunia games I have. The other Neptunia game I do have is Hybrid Dimension Neptunia Rebirth 1, which is a remake of this Hybrid Dimension Neptunia game, the original one. But unfortunately though, I cannot get it to work because for some reason it's not PlayStation TV compatible. Despite the fact that Hybrid Dimension Neptunia Rebirth 2 and 3 are PlayStation TV compatible, I have no idea why. Because I don't think the games require anything that necessarily requires full capabilities of the PS Vita or something. I really like to apologise for my coughing. I don't know what it is. Bad throat. I've been having a bit of a cough lately. Alright. So, either way, hopefully I get a PlayStation. I'm hoping one day I'll get a full PlayStation Vita console so I can play the incompatible PlayStation Vita games on an actual PS Vita console and not on the PS TV. Because I have no intention of modding it, because I want to keep my trophies on the PlayStation Vita legit. I want to support PlayStation as much as humanly possible, even with the decisions Sony makes with the systems. So I do not want to modify my PlayStation TV in any fashion without it risking like damage to the system, or risking like I won't be able to connect my PS TV online anymore. So I want to keep it properly legit. I want to keep it legit, and I don't want to do anything illegal with it or something. So I'm just gonna take a more proper way and just get a proper PlayStation Vita console. And if I do want to play my PS Vita games on the TV, I got the PlayStation TV hopefully I'm going to be getting some spare controllers for it, so I can play it on the PS TV anytime of the week. So now I rambled on a bit of the Neptunia universe, I think it's time we have a look at the Super Dimension Neptunia game. So here it is, the cover. This one is based on the Sega Hard Girls, because you got the girls from the Sega Hard Girls lineup. So and just like with the Neptunia franchise, the Sega Hard Girls also personify the real life gaming consoles. So like you got Mega Drive there, you got Saturn, you got Dreamcast, and then you got Game Gear over there. But this girl here, I'm not sure about her. I think she's just a new character for it or something. I've never really dug into the Sega Hard Girls, only just to look at the characters. So, alright, so let's open her up. Alright, so let's do this. Right. This shouldn't be an issue. Right, here we go, and here's the game itself. Yep, and now let's look in the back. Let's have a look at the back of it and talk about it, shall we? Right, there we go. Time travel and a talking bike. Welcome to the NEP's level. Pun of NEP. Using NEP over the next. That's brilliant. I like that. I see you in there, guys. And a talking bicycle. Oh, this is gonna. Oh, that's gonna be humorous. Gotta go dash, climb, and crawl through dungeons too. Cool. Join forces with shiny personifications of Sega consoles in this RPG. So you can see Uzume and Dreamcast in the shot there, which is cool. And there's the RPG, and there's the combat system. From what I've looked at it in the trailers of it actually kind of looks like the battle system from Eternal Sonata or something along those lines. Because everything is all in turn-based, but you can still move the characters around, like if it was an action RPG or something. But instead, this one is a full turn-based RPG game. And like I said, IF is the protagonist in this game, not Neptune. But you still see Neptune unlike the other goddesses in it. I doubt First, Noir, and Blanc are going to be in this one. Because this one is focusing on the Sacred Heart girls. Oh, my packaging just started flying off. Right, gotta put these in the bin. Sorry for the screen, folks. Let me just deal with my packaging. I've got the window open just to let some air in. Alright, here we go. Power up, boost stats, and gain skills with class change. So I'm assuming there's class changing involved. And that's mainly because, don't know if you can see there, IF's got a transformation system. He's got what is it? The Neptunian goddesses. Oh, what is it? Neptune, the other three CPUs and their sisters can transform into like their HDD forms, which give them all sorts of enhancements and abilities or something. But in this one, and I think it's exclusive to this one, IF actually gains a transformation of her own, which is far different from that of the CPU goddesses. Because as you can see, IF's got a different change in her hair, and her outfit's got a bit of a makeover as well. And I've seen it in the trailer as well. And I've seen that in the trailer as well. And as you can see there, it says PlayStation TV compatible, which means if you've got a PlayStation TV, it will work on the PlayStation TV. Now, the PlayStation TV is sort of like a consoleized PlayStation Vita, which does play PlayStation Vita games physically and digitally on the system, which is a good thing. Which means if you have like some PS Vita games lying around, you can play them on your PS TV. But there's a compatibility limit. Some games will not work on the PlayStation Vita due to this augmented reality, because the PS Vita has this augmented reality thing going on with it. So similar with the 3DS. And I think there's certain games that have they use the touch as well, which is also the reason why some PS Vita games are not compatible. But I made a little quick list of the PS Vita games I do have that are not PlayStation TV compatible, so that, and hopefully in the future, if I save enough money, I'll possibly purchase a PS Vita, a real PlayStation Vita, and I can play all of these, including the incompatible ones, on my PlayStation Vita instead of a PS TV. Little jump cut there, guys. I had a little bit of an issue with my 3DS recording system. So, no worries. I'll investigate something into my 3DS sometime soon. So, anyway, let's open this up. As usual, sad. No instructions. What it looks like? What's this? Is this another side of it or something? And there's the cartridge, and there's the game itself. Huge 12. And there's the cart. The big 12 there, being rated 12. Oh, here we go. Here it is. It's out. Very tiny, these little PS Vita cartridges. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So let's have a look at so it's saying it's got some little... Oh, there's an alternative sleeve on there, similar to Simon Dimension Neptunia. Okay, that's cool. Oh well, I'll stick with the one I've got. I'll stick with the one I've got on the front. Yeah, I'm hoping to get my hands on a PS Vita, a real PS Vita console, so I can play all the incompatible games and whatnot. And stuff. So I'll be good. I'll hope to go through this one and hopefully get my next platinum trophy with this one. I think the Neptunia games are not so difficult to get a platinum trophy on, because I think all it is going through the game, and I think some will have multiple endings to get or something. So who knows? And I'll bring these two in now. So this is what I got now. Space Hulk Deathwing Enhanced Edition, and Super Dimension Neptune versus Sacred Heart Girls. And like I said, guys, I'm not going to put the game I recently purchased for my purchase last week, because they're going to be in a September episode, because I wanted this video to focus entirely on my birthday presents, and mainly these two here. I'm not sure what I'll possibly get from my brother, possibly a Steam card when he turns up or something like that. I'll see when he turns up. So what I will be this will make, so as usual, so what I'm gonna say, I'm hoping to say I will save up for a PS Vita if I can, and which means I'll switch up my schedule of my support worker about what I'm going to do in the week, and I hope to, if I can, talk about doing some more pool for the next several weeks if I can, but if not, I'll probably just go somewhere else, because I do want to focus on my pool, make sure I'm up to stuff with my skill, to start trying to get some of the players I've been going against. Do some fluky in pool. So and hopefully that'll get me the money I hope to have for a PlayStation Vita, and hopefully possibly enough money for a memory card I can get for the PS Vita as well. Hopefully a big enough one, because these memory cards are like because the memory cards of the PS Vita I've heard are super expensive, stupidly expensive I should say. Either case, what's the last thing I want to say? What's the other thing I want to say? Hopefully if I get to like some points in the Neptunia games, like start grinding, I can check out what I've heard about is the Hybrid Dimension Neptunia anime. Because I've heard there's an anime of Hybrid Dimension Neptunia, There's the Sacred Card Girls as an enemy as well. So I might be, so because I'm interested in all these gaming references, I might give them a check. I might check them out if I can. If I get to like a certain point in these RPG games, if I start where I can start grinding, because like I said, I'm very curious about the Hyperdimension Neptunia franchise, and with some of the games, I'm going to be curious to see if they're as bad as some people think. Because I heard the original Neptunia game was absolutely terrible, and a lot of people didn't like it. Didn't like that one, but some people actually did. Mainly on some of the references. But I've only played the first hour of it. Well, I witnessed all a lot of the hilarious story that's going for it. And yeah, I really do like the characters of the Hyperdimension Neptunia universe. If I were to say my favorite characters in them, from my experience with consoles, my favorites are Rem and Rom, because I'm definitely fond of the Nintendo DS and the Nintendo 3DS, if that counts. And I still play Game Boy Advance games on the Nintendo DS, if that's worth mentioning as well. Let's see, Noir, because I'm a PlayStation... Noir and Uni, I think, because I'm a PlayStation 3 person, and PlayStation 4 as well, and I'm not sure if this is going to count as well, possibly the PlayStation Vita as well. And what's my other favourite? Well, Neptune, obviously. Well, obviously Neptune's one of my other favourite characters, because I absolutely adore Neptune. She's just hilarious, all sorts of ways. She's just a super cheerful girl, breaks the fourth wall all the time. She doesn't take anything seriously. She's just a laugh. A real big laugh. I really love Neptune a lot. And are there any other favourite characters in Neptune universe? But my other favourite is Blanc. Not because like I play Nintendo games, but because of how she gets angry a lot. When she gets angry, she gets this red eye look. The first time I saw it, I was just laughing. I was like, what the hell is up with that face? Oh my god. And I think some of her sisters are involved in Blanc's anger as well. Well, if she's got two sisters, that adds like a layer of stress to her. That she has to put up with them. Oh jeez. I feel sorry for Blanc when she gets mad. She is absolutely hilarious, Blanc. I really like her. Mainly just because of how frequently angry she just gets. And a lot of her anger is just done out of comedy. There's a saying between you get understandably angry because something really bad happened to you and you're annoyed about it. But then there's like people annoy you because of a joke and you take offense to it. You get really real angry, and and everyone just laughs, makes a laugh out of it. That's Blanc, where she is angry, and she's incredibly foul with her language. She constantly swears all the time, dropping S words as well in the original game as well. And I loved what she said to Vert in the original game as well. She said the TT word on her tits. I do love a foul language. She's just hilarious. So yeah, I really do hope to check out some of the other Neptunia games as well. I might start collecting the other games, and like I said, I got 5 of them. Alright, so there's this game now. I'm hoping to check out the other Neptunia games in the franchise. I've got 6 of them now. I've got Hyper Dimension Neptunia for the PS3. I've got Mega Dimension Neptunia V2. I've got Simon Dimension Neptunia. That's 3 of them in total. There's Mega Dimension Neptune. What was it? No. Hyper Dimension Neptunia U Action Unleashed. That's 4 of them. There's this one here, Super Dimension Neptune vs Sacred Heart Girls. That's 5. And then there's a recent one I picked up. Hyper Dimension Neptunia Rebirth 1, which I can't get to work because it's not PlayStation TV compatible. But again, I'm hoping to get a real PlayStation Vita so I can play that one, as well as all the other incompatible PlayStation Vita games. And so I can build up a massive trophy collection. It'll mean I can then start all the trophy hunting and all that. So let's bring them all together. So there you go. I got 2 birthday presents I wanted. I'm glad to have them. I'm glad to have them in my collection and whatnot. Neptunia games are not very common, so I'm hoping to get some physical if I can. But if push comes to shove, I will get some of them digitally if they're on a sale or something. So this will do for this video. Hopefully that you guys have enjoyed this video. I will continue to work on the Simon Dimension Neptunia videos. They'll come up shortly. They will be altered. I'll continue to work on them if I can throughout the weekend. And I will be spending a fair bit with my presents, mainly this one, because I want to spend as much time with this one. Probably end up spending less time on this because there's Intrigue Swirls, there's a new event coming up, so I'll probably breeze through that as well. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you all in the next video. So wish me all a happy birthday, the big 3-0. Yeah, I'm a big man, and I'll hope to see you all next time. See you all in the next video. Take care of yourselves and goodbye.